Welcome back to the General Audience
Podcast.
Podcast, everybody. My name is Justin. His name is Broderick. His name is Jay. Behind the camera, we have Nick. Say hi, Nick.
Salutations.
He chickened out.
He chickened out. Rick has a lot more to say about this movie than Nick does, which is understandable.
I
Not
do.
really.
Okay. Rick likes musicals and just this kind of movie more than Nick does. So I get it. And Nick wouldn't sit this out. He wanted to be producer. And I'm like, cool. I think that's fine.
This is
I
great.
liked the movie, guys. I like.
You gave it a 4 out of 5. If you followed him on Letterboxd, you'd know that, which
And
I know none of you are.
Now I just
That's
get to
okay.
stare into his beautiful eyes back there for this entire video.
I hate Nick now.
If Nick was a movie, 1 star. I'm just kidding, buddy.
One.
Half.
Half.
I'm Ghostbusters 2016ing you. Half star.
Lowest rating I
Horrible.
have ever given is Killer Clowns from Outer Space as a 1 on my.
You didn't like it that much?
It got a 1 star for the acting.
I've
which
given
we've
several
already
half
gone over
stars.
this.
War of the Worlds got a half star. Joker 2. I think that got a 1.5. Joker or Ghostbusters 2016 got a half.
It probably just didn't help that I was tired.
My two lowest are
was late.
VHS and Final Destination 4 because they both have a 1.5 stars.
I think the
Really?
second lowest for me is Hocus Pocus 2, which is crazy how much I love the first one.
This 2.5 is your second lowest?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I
I mean, it's not a bad thing.
I mean, it also just depends on the catalog of movies that we have on our accounts because like
That's so true.
you have probably over 3 times as much as either of us.
Very true.
Yeah,
I have just under 1,000.
Sometimes
970 something.
Yeah.
I'll watch a movie on my own and like fully watch it, and I'll just forget to review it or just give it stars. I forget.
We all watched a movie this weekend, but I can't for the life of me remember what it was. Do you remember what it was?
No,
I remember it being pretty good.
I remember it kind of being terrible, but
these colors seem familiar though.
I know. I feel like we're getting subtle hints.
For the good of the entire podcast, we should remember this movie so we can actually talk about it.
But what was it?
For the good of the podcast.
For the good.
For the good.
For the good.
Oh! Wicked!
Wicked
For
came out
good.
Wicked came out last year.
For good! Part 2.
Wicked for good part 2.
Wicked for good.
Part 2. There's
I've never-
a part 2
I've
coming
never-
out, guys.
I've never heard of Wicked for Good Part 2.
Well, I guess before
Wicked Part
I
2
guess
for good.
Before spoilers, there was a point in the movie where there's a blackout like towards in the second half of the movie.
Uh-huh.
And I thought it was going to end there.
Me too!
And say to be continued.
It did that, and it was a long break, and I'm like, Nick? And it came back on. I was like, whoo!
And, like,
I was going to be so...
It was a good stopping point.
It was!
Too. So it's like,
I'm like, you better not.
it's
Because
going to be a surprise third movie.
Yep. Because I didn't have my phone on, and like my watch was off, so I had no concept of time. And so I'm like, it could have been 2 hours and 10 minutes. I don't know.
Like, there's
Let's hope
no
not.
way they pulled this off.
Justin was about to commit arson at
You'll
a
have
local
to
theater.
You'll have to remind me when that was, because I don't remember what happened right before it. But I remember being
remember exactly.
super worried. I'm like, please no.
I think I do because
I would have been hyped if that happened,
I
honestly.
think I remember
Really?
where it was
No,
at.
just
I mean, that's
just because how awesome that would be.
That's the
just
first one,
just
that's
to
so
not
fair.
know that there's a third part.
Oh, that's
and
so
it just
true.
ends.
If you were Nick, you'd hate it.
Yeah.
Spider-Verse.
I mean, that's valid. I think I think Across Spider-Verse is good, but I think it is much worse than Into the Spider-Verse. But it's still good.
That's wild.
I like Into more than Across. But we should get back to For
Me too.
Good.
Yes. I'm not sure what For Good is, but we're talking
Wicked
about
For
it.
Good.
Oh, Wicked for Good Part 2. That's right.
Goodness knows.
The Wicked Die Alone.
Yeah. Like Justin.
Okay.
Oh.
And you.
Yeah,
and
we,
him.
yeah, we,
Whoa! Too far. Too
Man,
far.
Not him. He's
No.
good.
Of course.
What do you want to do first?
Uh,
Quick
we-
non-spoiler
Yeah, quick
thoughts, and then we
quick
dive into
non-spoilers.
spoilers.
Yeah.
Okay, want to start? Or do you want to start?
I gave it a 4 stars.
Nice.
I gave the first one 3.5. I had the first one at 4 before on my first watch, but then I rewatched it before the second one, and it came down a little bit. So I thought the first one had a lot of issues of like pacing. and just a lot of parts of that movie dragged, and it seemed like the runtime was very excessive. I feel like this new one has the opposite problem.
That's fair.
where I feel like that Wicked for Good could have used the extra runtime that Wicked Part 1 had, and use that to flesh out some parts of Wicked for Good. Because I feel like the second half they kind of start rushing through things that could need to be fleshed out more. But that being said, I liked For Good a lot more than Part 1.
I like hearing that.
It had a much darker tone than the first one, which was a breath of fresh air. I think at first, before it came out, I kind of thought the title was odd.
Agreed.
Because we have Part 1 and then we have a subtitle.
Yep.
So a numerical title and then a subtitle. So, but after seeing For Good,
I like it.
I like it because going in, I thought that it was going to pick up right where the Part 1
Me too.
left off, and that it would just feel like, oh, the second half of one movie, and that like these two would just feel like one movie.
Yeah.
They are very much feels like two different movies.
Yep.
It feels like a sequel to a movie that came out before that just has a totally different feel, totally different vibe. And yeah, I like the tone. I like the feel of of how it felt like a sequel, and then the performances carry over from the first one being very good.
Yep.
I think.
Goodness knows.
Can we check where we stop?
Should I stop?
Goodness knows. The wicked die alone. It just
Is it still
shows
recording?
when
Yeah,
you
yeah.
win.
Okay, we just had some difficulty a second ago. We're back. What I was talking about was performances. Like my MVPs were obviously Ariana and Cynthia.
Yep.
The first movie, I thought Ariana was the standout, and her performance carried over in this one, obviously. But I think Cynthia leveled up in this.
I agree.
In this one, I thought that because like the first like 15-20 minutes of the movie, it felt like it was going to be a very Glinda heavy movie for some reason, and then just over time it got more and more Alphaba. Yeah. But so I thought that oh, this might be like Ariana's movie. It's not. It's Elphaba's movie, which it should be because that's the whole point of the movie. It's called Wicked, like the Wicked Witch.
Yep.
But yeah, just I just felt like her character worked for me more in this movie. And yeah, that's pretty much it for those two. I guess some other standouts were Bach and Fierro.
Yeah.
Bach has a lot. He has not a lot more to do because he doesn't really have a lot of screen time, kind of like in the first movie. But I think what he does in this movie stands out a lot more. And then Fierro is a lot more of a layered character in this movie.
Yeah. Big time.
Than the last one. He has a lot of conflict to deal with, which was something that was fascinating to watch throughout the duration of the movie.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Those are my thoughts.
Yeah, well, I gave the first one a 4 because I wasn't doing much with Letterboxd when I first watched the movie last year, but after we watched it that one night, I gave it a 4, which is the same thing I gave this movie. I also gave this one a 4. I think I agree with you with the runtime of the first one is there's a lot of stuff in there that just probably definitely could be cut and it could be shortened down to a shorter movie. But I'm kind of opposite of like with this movie. I think it's the runtime was right where it needed to be. I don't think it needed to be any longer. I think it was about as perfect as it could have been.
I think my issues with the runtime will come out more in spoilers.
Spoilers, valid.
Yeah.
But no, and then kind of going to actors, I agree with you. Cynthia and Ariana are definitely the standouts, and one of my personal favorites is Fierro through and through. Just
He got
both movies.
leveled up
I
big
think
time here.
definitely when it comes to him and how he's a little bit different in this one is he's a lot more complex. I think that has to do with a lot of like they say before they go to the Emerald City in the first one with like the whole he's been thinking a lot now. So at that point on, he becomes a lot more complex, which
So we don't see him again after
Which
that in the
is-
first movie.
yeah, which is great to see. And then I agree with you, Bach, definitely Ethan Slater has a particular scene that we will get into
Crushed
later
it.
that I was very excited to see, and
Yeah.
he lived up to it.
Yep.
So
Was not disappointed.
yeah. So yeah, that's about all I have to say about the movie. I think they're pretty on par with each other in my opinion.
Yeah.
But that's
Also, I have not seen the musical. He's seen the musical.
I have not either.
He has not seen the musical.
Yeah.
Nor have I read the book. So literally, I adore the Wizard
don't
of
read
Oz.
the book.
But like the two movies are the only exposure to Wicked that I have.
Yeah, and like I've seen like the Wizard of Oz, and I've read the book of the Wizard of Oz, but that's all I have for background, I guess.
Yeah.
My credentials.
Yeah.
For these movies.
So
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you? Go ahead.
no, I'm
Sorry.
done.
Okay.
I said
I gave the first movie a 5, which I fully admit it's not a perfect movie. Like, it's not a 5 out of 5. But when I watched it last year, I was just, like, so enamored. Like, being a theater kid, it was, like, the Theater Kid Super Bowl. I'm like, oh, my gosh, best thing ever. And, like, hearing people talk good about it. And it was, like, a truly event movie. And everyone was watching it. Like, everyone. Like, it made almost $800 million. And people loved it, and people talked about it, and people that you would never, like my grandpa watched it. And I'm like, you watched Wicked? He was like, yeah, it was really good. What? Like this, like everyone, and it was cool. And so this one, and we'll get more into this in spoilers. I also gave this one a 5. I will also admit the issues that some people have, like with the runtime and everything, particularly with part 1. I love this world so much that parts of part 1 definitely drag. But I like these characters and this world so much that I'm like, okay, fine. I have the same thing with Lord of the Rings. I'm like, okay, I like being here. I'll allow it. I agree with Rick on the runtime in this one. I think it flows perfectly. I think the stuff that happens in this movie prompts a fast runtime because a lot is happening in the world of Oz very quickly, and things are changing and things are bad. And so it kind of, I don't know if it was intentional. Like, I'm sure it was just because they cut stuff out, which I could definitely see them releasing an extended cut of this at some point. But the level of, it hits a point where it's like breakneck speed. But I didn't mind it because that's how it's also happening for everyone in the movie. Things are shifting so fast that it kind of brought me along for the ride. I'm like, okay, like we're in this with them. Things are changing and moving so fast that it kind of added another layer of, I don't know, immersion, I guess, that we are doing this with them at this breakneck speed because things are changing so fast. And it's crazy to everyone as it's happening, and it's crazy to us as it's happening because it's happening so fast, but it's also so cool what is happening, especially if you've seen The Wizard of Oz. And yeah, I think the songs obviously are not as good as part 1, but that's not the movie's fault. It's, you know, the second half of the play has weaker songs, though still some bangers. I really don't have. It is part 2 of a great fantasy epic that I'm glad they really flesh out this world even more in this one. And yeah, it's a musical, but it's also, I think one of the great 2-part pieces of filmmaking that we're gonna get in our generation. So
and I should bring up something that you brought up because you said your grandpa went and watched this movie or has watched it, and you never thought he'd ever watch it. Last year when my little sister was talking about the movie, I remember we were sitting eating with my family, and originally when I saw the trailer and it was coming out, I saw it and I was like, because I didn't know anything about it. I went on and educated myself afterwards after I bought tickets to go see it with her because no one was gonna go see it with her, so I was like, I'll go see it with you. Just originally when I saw the trailer, I didn't care for it because my brain went to, oh great, another villain's the good guy story that we have been getting a crap ton of. Like Maleficent was okay, but Cruella, like those types of movies, I just, something about them, I'm like, why
I get
are
it.
we doing
I
this?
get it.
So then I went on to look it up, and I was like, oh, it turns out it was a book of a fan fiction, basically, of the Wizard of Oz that got turned into a play and is
Yep.
now a movie. So I was like, okay. And when I sat down and watched the first movie, I remember thinking, oh, I'm gonna probably like the music. I like musicals. I
Yep,
love Disney
ditto.
movies, musicals in general. I remember sitting down, and yeah, the runtime of the first one's long, but I remember sitting down for that first time watching it in theaters. I remember it just immediately clicked for
magical,
me and just
yeah.
sucked me in.
Yep.
And I didn't feel it the first
Ugh.
time watching it.
Same with the
Definitely
first time.
the second time watching it, I did start to feel it. But this is kind of just going back to that. But I'm just, as kind of what you brought up, I said I had no interest in this world at all. Or like, I like The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
From when I was little, we had a VHS that got played all the time.
Yeah, ditto.
But I was not interested in like this world,
No.
this version of the characters until little sister was like, "Hey, you want to go watch it with me?" I said, "Sure." And then ever since then, it's like once in a while I'll be like, "Okay, I'll put on the soundtrack."
Yeah.
I need to make a playlist and put both soundtracks together.
Yep.
So I can just listen to
Me
it
too.
all the way through.
I mean, my thoughts before the first one, I think I always intended on watching it just because the Wizard of Oz is one of the most well-known properties ever.
Easily, yeah.
And just like I love that world, so just to go watch something that's in that world, I thought, oh, I'll check it out, and then how much of a phenomenon it became when it came out.
Insane.
Only added on to it. It's like, oh well, if
Yeah.
everyone's loving this, I gotta see it.
Yeah, I just remember she mentioned it like the week the movie was coming out, and I go and I click on the time we're gonna go see it, and I just remember seeing the sea of red.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the time we were going, there was 2 seats left, and I bought those.
Yep.
I was like, well, this works.
Yeah, 'cause I took my mom to see both of them,
That's cool.
and the first one, we both just thought, oh, we'll just roll up and go see it. Terrible idea. We get there.
Absolutely not.
Sold out, and so we reserved seats for like a week later or something.
Yeah, you probably had to. Yeah.
and then we saw it, but like this time we were more on
Smart.
more
Yeah.
on
Like,
it,
let's.
because we got to see it the Friday it came out.
And then
This would open much bigger. Than
I
this one.
kind of watched. I've seen bits. I haven't fully watched the musical. I've seen bits. I know a lot of like just the general musical itself. So I haven't fully watched it. I might honestly. I heard it's on YouTube that you can actually go watch the whole original play production. But, I remember my little sister. She really liked the soundtrack. She's never watched the musical, but she loved the soundtrack. I can't remember why, but I remember she was so excited going to that first one because the runtime is the same runtime as the regular Broadway show.
Yeah.
And we get done with the movie. She goes, "I didn't get to listen to For Good," so I took her to this movie. Because I told her we both said, well, we have to go watch the second one together now. So I told her
Yep.
she can't go watch it with anyone else. So she was sitting there, and I kind of looked over at her when they were singing For Good, and the look in her face was great. So that was fun. So I guess now we can go into a bit more spoilers.
I had another point I wanted to make.
Oh, I can't wait to go into spoilers.
I forgot what it was. Let's get into spoilers. I'll think of it later.
Yeah,
'Kay.
maybe it'll come up.
Yeah.
Who wants to start?
You.
Me?
Go ahead. You're
Okay, can I
you're
just
the
say
most-
anything?
Yeah,
Start anywhere?
I guess.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Cool. The tone of this movie is drastically different. And this is what I was saving. I watched, I don't know if there are episodes out yet, but Alex from the Escape Pod. This was his favorite movie of last year. The first one was. He gave this one a 4 out of 10.
Really?
Yep. And Andrew gave it a 7.5.
I
I don't think the episode's out. I think it was just a TikTok they made.
Oh.
I cannot fathom or understand what this movie did. Because there have been some people that are like, this movie is not good. I don't know why. Like, this movie doesn't do anything insulting or outlandishly insane. Like, if it took the characters in, like, completely different directions, I mean, yeah, I would get that. But to go from a 9.5 with the first one to a 4 with the second one,
That's what?
it's insane. And I was trying to think, maybe it's the tone. The tone, wildly different. Nick can attest. At the end, they're singing For Good. I was holding it together. It was like one tear maybe. And then there's that shot of them at the door. Bald. floodgates open. It was rough. I was heartbroken. But I'm just like, I'm trying to think, like, what did this movie do that was so different from nothing. Like, if you liked the first one, I think it's safe to say that you would like this one. Like, you liked it more.
Yeah.
Like, it's the way that Elphaba is introduced. Like, she's like a superhero. I was like, that's so sick. Like, he's riding her broom like a surfboard. That's so cool.
Oh, I got my point, but we'll get into it later.
Was that it?
What?
Was that your point? Oh, you remembered your point?
Yeah, I remember what it was.
Oh, but yeah, it's a much darker movie, and it's dire and it's sad, and I just loved it because of that. Like, I think I will definitely rewatch this one less because it's very heavy. But oh my gosh, it was so moving. Like, I was so moved by the end of this, especially with how it ends. Like, I couldn't believe how good it was.
There's just something about the feeling of dread in a movie that I think just makes it elevates
Yes.
the movie for me in any movie.
Yes.
And like not to say like there's like an overwhelming sense of dread in this
Like
movie,
depressing.
yeah, but it's just just that heavy feeling that elevated it.
And the contrast of like this world is so vibrant and happy and bouncy, and like when they're singing Wonderful, my favorite song in the movie, by the way, it's like it's a happy song and they're all like dancing in a circle and stuff. But in reality, like, Elphaba's life is horrible. Like, the whole country hates her. Like, no, like, Glinda doesn't. That's it. Like, Elphaba's like terrible life, but she's smiling and dancing and stuff. And it's like an inverse because they're all appearing happy, but it's not. Like, no part of the situation is wonderful or happy, or it was just so, I don't know, it was so layered. And I think maybe that's why I like that song so much, is because it's not wonderful. Nothing about this situation is wonderful. Glinda isn't happy. Like, couldn't be happier. So good. The wizard, maybe he's happy. I don't think he is. He's shown drinking several times, like, to cope with everything. Elphaba couldn't have more going on. And, like, just having this super happy, vibrant world overcast, like you said, with the dread and the direness was so potent, and it was really effective.
Yes, do you want to say your point before you forget it?
I guess it's not anything to do with what we just talked about a second ago.
That's fine.
But just the music in this movie, I guess I don't really care for the songs in either movie. They're good songs. It's just, I'm not saying they're bad songs.
I'm just
it's just,
no.
It's just that they're not the kind of songs that I would listen to.
Valid.
Like the only one that I really liked was the opening of the first movie.
Okay.
But like they're not bad songs. It's just they're just I don't know. It's the kind of music that's in this movie is I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I thought just the way they handled the singing and the dialogue was better in For Good.
I agree.
Because there was a lot more times where it's just dialogue and it's not singing and it's just straight conversations. Whereas the first one is a lot of telling a story through the singing, and like that's fine, but it gets to a point where we need to figure something out. Because like yeah, that's how the play is or whatever. But you know, some things don't translate well.
Yeah, this isn't a play, right.
From play to movie, and you know, I'm not the director. I don't know what to do about it. But you know, as the director, it's our job to figure that out.
Yeah,
Valid.
but I guess I'm just gonna interject. I kind of disagree with some of that. Where a lot of times with musicals, the main part of a musical is telling the story through the music. That is a big part of musicals.
Yeah, and that's good. It's just sometimes they do too much of it in the first one, where I think they balanced it a lot better.
Could you give me an example?
I
in the
would
first
say
movie?
for the second one, the parts where Miss I'm forgetting how to say her
Morrible,
name.
Madame Morrible.
Morrible. The parts where she sung, those definitely could have just been dialogue. That is my critique for this for Good.
I would have preferred
is
it.
The part where she sings has just felt very auto-tuned and produced, because she, no offense to her,
probably can't
she
sing.
really
Yeah.
can't sing. Like, I skip a minute into The Wizard and I
Valid.
in the first movie just because I can't stand her part where she sings.
Because I just think from what I remember from the movies, is just like the first one has a lot of like this like a dialogic exchange where it's singing and then it's like if they're talking, then they're back to singing, and then they're talking, and they're back to singing. Where this one is like they'll sing a song and then they'll talk for
okay, that's fair.
a extended amount of time and get through good conversation.
You're cooking,
and then they'll sing again and go through more storytelling with the singing. So I just felt that worked better.
you cook. That's my biggest problem with Dancing Through Life. Is that would be an awesome song, but it's like 11 minutes long, and half of that is talking. Like you're right. They'll sing and it's awesome, and then they'll stop and they'll talk. I'm like, okay, sing and then we can talk after. Like,
Yeah.
because like listening to that song on Spotify is so hard because I'm skipping. Like, I'm okay. You're talking now. Like, I want to get back to the music. I actually agree with that.
That's part of my issue with just the music in general is just it's not like a listenable album. I think.
I think Dancing Through Life is the only one with that problem. I think
think
Defying Gravity. I think No One Mourns the Wicked. I think Popular. What is this feeling? I think those are all. They really don't have that problem.
But the hard part for Dancing Through Life, especially, is because there is supposed to be that dialogue between. That's
Right,
the hard
I
thing.
just
Because
don't
it's
love
moving
that.
to the Ozdust. There's so much happening between that song because it's a full day's worth of stuff. That's the I think I agree with on the album they need to cut the talking part.
Yes, for
Like
sure.
it goes from Dancing Through Life and it goes to Glinda singing about the hat and
Yep.
then goes to the Ozdust part.
I think that's the only song that has that problem. But
Me generally, once it hits the part where it goes the Nessa and Bach thing, that's
Yep.
when I hit skip on
Yep,
it.
you're like,
Because
alright,
I don't really, because I think the rest of the song right there, but I think the main part of Dancing Through Life is
yeah,
good.
but very good.
Yeah, that's like that part right there is one of my favorite songs.
Valid.
Up until it gets to listen Nessa.
Is it Nessa? Nessa.
Bach? No, me and Bach.
Let's talk about Bach.
Okay.
Ethan Slater showed up.
Yes.
He was scary. He was insane. The look that he gives Glinda, and I keep seeing it on Twitter, where she's up on her high rise or whatever, and he looks up at her as Tin Man. Holy cow! Like, he was scary, and I was like, it brought me back to being like 4 years old again, watching Wizard of Oz. I'm like, oh my gosh, the Tin Man! Like, he's on screen. That's so cool. But wow,
But angrier.
you way angry. Yeah,
Angrier. Way more heartless.
Yes.
The one from the Wizard of Oz is definitely a lot nicer
Yes.
and probably has a lot more heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his
I-
to talk about his transformation. Someone want to lead that? Like,
Yeah,
what'd you think?
just the part where he starts clenching his heart and he's moving across
Yep,
the
yep,
room
I
and
knew it.
like
I'm like-
stuff is throwing and you get the bit of his finger
Yep.
right as
Yes.
Tin hits it and seeing Nessa Rosa's face as it's happening and I'm sitting there like it's like Nessa, you idiot.
I didn't know that. Like,
You
I
didn't
didn't
know
know.
that?
No, I had never seen the play. Like, I didn't know a single spoiler going into this.
See, I originally I didn't know anything so I didn't know a lot of the like stuff that's gonna happen with the characters later on.
Yeah.
Until after the movie, because my little sister kind of she was just talking about it 'cause she likes the musical. So when it came to like Bach, when he first shows up in the first one, he does something that the Tin Man does in the original one, where
Uh-huh.
he leans
I saw that edit
and he
today.
goes back up, and then he says, "I cry a lot." So I was sitting there, and wheels in my head were going throughout the movie, going like, and he's Bach Woodsman, or what isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I was like, that sounds like something, and then we got and then there's some other characters which we'll go into more, but like. Bach was someone I was just like, huh. And then my little sister confirmed it and was like, I caught it.
Good job.
My little sister confirmed it for me afterwards. So I was like, oh, well, that's kind of cool. I said the little, like, it's not related to the original, like, Wizard of Oz, but they throw in little stuff that, like,
Yeah.
they mention in that one. That's
Yep.
like, oh, that's fun little.
Which you can still watch. I mean, it'll be kind of messy and like how the characters act, but I am excited now to go back and revisit Wizard of Oz and like have this in mind. Like, I know it's different. Like, it's not a perfect match at all. But it'll still be cool to like, oh, that used to be Bach. That used to be That's cool. That's awesome.
That is fun. But I
Yeah.
will say I absolutely hate on the internet right now that everyone's like considering this canon to the Wizard of Oz.
Absolutely not.
like they think they're related completely.
I don't mind that. I think
I
you
don't
can't say
do-
one for one. Absolutely not. It
No,
is not
but
one-to-one
I'm-
canon.
I'm
The
saying-
Wicked Witch is straight up. She's just straight
The
up
Wicked Witch
evil
is
that
evil
movie.
in the original.
That's true.
That's
And,
what I
like, there's,
hate.
There's no way to look at it and think that it's being manipulated to look like she's
That's
evil.
fair.
Yeah.
She's just straight up evil. in the
Yeah,
movie.
she shows up and just like because like they
she
they
threatens
don't.
to kill the dog.
Yeah, she threatens to kill a dog. Threatens to kill Dorothy right as she shows up because.
Alphabet hates animals, so
Well, I'm saying
that's on character.
no, but I'm saying like in like the movie, Elphaba shows up after Dorothy
Yeah.
has left, but in the actual movie, she shows up and just full on like, I'm gonna kill you.
Yep.
And I don't like you. And Glinda's like, you have no power here.
Yes.
Be gone.
And the way that they didn't go too deep into it, which I love. Like when it cut to the house, which again this is jumping all over the place. House lands and Glinda's there. She's like, "Yep, that way, Dorothy," and she just leaves.
And
I'm like,
Dodo.
"Cool!" Like, yeah, Dodo.
Dodo.
I'm like, "That's awesome that we're not spending too much time to make it even more messy going back to Wizard of Oz, but they gave enough to be like, okay, I could fit some pieces and make it a little more fun."
Here's the thing with that with the play. There's like literally none of that.
Really?
Yeah, like there is like she says bye Dorothy. You don't ever actually see Dorothy. There's no one
Interesting.
there. You don't see. You see the Tin Man because he's
You see
fully in
Dodo?
it, but Tin Man like shows up, sings one song, and leaves, and then they're not very prevalent.
There was one shot where I think it's Elphaba. No, I think it's Glinda watching Dorothy throw the water at Elphaba.
Yeah.
And then she walks by the door again, and like just you see her for like a split second, but I could have swear like just the side profile of that actress looked just like Judy Garland. I was like, that's crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
But it was like you can't really see anything, and like they never show her face.
And I
it
do
obviously would not be
love-
Judy Garland.
I love that they didn't show her face. Like,
Yeah.
because everyone sees Judy Garland. And, like, I'm sure it was out of respect, and I'm sure it's for everyone and their mother associates Judy Garland with Dorothy. Like, that's cool. Like, let us
Yeah.
keep that face as Dorothy. Oh, loved it. Like, thank you. That's so cool.
I
think it's just avoiding backlash.
yeah. I also
Me too, but I think
well,
it's also... Judy Garland is Dorothy, and I think that we can keep that headcanon in our head.
I also
like that
fully
a lot.
respect the fact that they don't go too heavily into the Wizard of Oz
Agreed.
for the fact of this isn't that movie. This is their
Very
movie.
true.
This is not Dorothy's movie.
This is happening alongside.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so,
So I
cool. Like
think
it's such a fun parallel.
This kind of falls into my runtime thing. It's like I agree with that mostly. I feel like there could have been a little bit more just to kind of fill in gaps of how the story plays out differently than like the movie or the book the book. Just because like there's things where it's like, well, like, how does that work if this is the case in this movie? Because like the Tin Woodsman.
Yeah.
He like in the movie and in the book he's found after like standing frozen because he's rusted over
Yeah.
for like several years, as that can be the case in Wicked. They never explain like how Dorothy left afterwards. Like where'd she go? Is she stuck in Oz because of
Oh,
whatever
fair.
or whatever?
I
And also kind of just like Fiyero as the Scarecrow is just how did he get away after being beat or whatever, and just how were the interactions different with those characters, with the fact that like Fiyero and Bach know each other.
Yeah.
And now they're hanging out with each other as a Scarecrow and the Tin Woodsman, and also
Like I said, it's messy.
it's messy.
Yes. But I think that's when you stop and you're like, okay, this isn't Wizard of Oz. It's not going to make sense the more you think of it. But you do, like, you can sprinkle in, that used to be Bog, that used to be Sierra.
it's not even in the context of the Wizard of Oz. It's in the context of this movie, where it's like, all right, now these two are going on an adventure with each other. They know each other, and they're on opposite sides of a conflict. Because Bach wants to kill the witch, Fiyero wants to save the witch.
Yeah.
I don't think Fiyero would ever, as the Scarecrow, probably wouldn't let his intentions be known throughout that.
And also,
Because he was the
he
one
doesn't have a
that
brain, right?
He explains to Elphaba about the castle, so he probably is in on. Because I think it's probably just implied that he is in on it, on the whole, her hiding underneath, because he knows exactly where to look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think he ever lets his intentions be known, and he's fully in on this whole. You're gonna fake your death. But generally, I think
but
the Tin's Woodsman running off, he runs off before the house is ever dropped. So he could have been running to Glinda down the Yellow Brick Road. And then that storm hits him, he rusts over, and he gets stuck.
yeah, that's
'Cause there is a long
that's-
time
That's
passing.
that's not as big of an issue. It's just because in the book and the movie it was like several years, where this movie I guess it'll just be like a few hours or something.
I think that's just
not
generally...
not as big of a deal as just like the character interactions. Because like also like the lion. This isn't even like a Wizard of Oz thing because like the lion hates the witch because she took him away from his home. What about Fiyero? He was also there.
I think a lot of people, because he says in the line, "I remember her green skin."
Yep.
That is all he remembers.
Okay.
That line where he comes in and he is like, "Don't trust her." He's like, "He gave her the wings," and
Yep.
I remember. And it's like, "Oh, you met." He's like, "Oh, I remember that green skin.
Fair
Took me away from the only home I knew."
The lion
So,
was pretty cut and dry.
I think it was pretty much just it's like as a child, what are you gonna remember? This dude who's like pretty, who's nice to you, held you, or this green lady who everyone is considering a witch.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
So I think generally, and like with Fiyero, I think they dragged him so far into a field. She does the no good deed spell.
Yep.
And Dorothy finds him. I think that's about all the fill in.
I agree, because then, yeah.
And also, just like I feel like some of like just the endings for certain, it's mostly like the wizard, like his ending was kind of abrupt. He just kind of just leaves.
Yeah.
And it's like he's like, all right, well you're done for. You should leave, and he just leaves, and he's just gone. For the rest
And
of the
that's
movie.
one of the things that I brought up, is that I'm okay with that, because we were like, if this were to happen in Oz, like we're there with them, it would be fast. Glinda would say, "Get the heck out of here! You are a horrible person. I'm in charge now. Leave." And so she wouldn't be like, "Let's make this super climactic." She'd be like,
Yeah,
"Get
but
out!"
we're not watching as Citizens of Oz. We're watching as moviegoers.
I know, but I'm saying it worked for me because it was fast. Because it would be fast in that world, and I was okay with it. That's how I.
And then I think that just generally him going in the balloon, I think just went with the whole fill in the Wizard of Oz parts of like
Very true.
he's leaving.
Yeah,
Because I think she knows about it. He's fine with leaving at this point because it's the full reveal of Elphaba had the bottle that was the green bottle
Yep.
with the alcohol in it, and he has one too because he showed Glinda it earlier. And he's dealing with the realization, like, because he's like, I always wanted kids, so I always considered the people of Oz my kids.
Yep.
So when he finds out he actually had a kid, and he basically killed her, he has that realization, and then Glinda's like, get the heck out of here! I have these monkeys now. I have all this people that I could turn against you right
Yep.
now because I have all the proof I need.
Uh-huh.
Leave, and then
yes, I think.
that's when he goes up in the because she shows very easily with Madame Marble that like, I can get rid of you.
Yep.
Right now, gone.
I
Because
could.
everyone trusts Glinda so much at this point. Because this movie, the first movie was definitely Elphaba turning to the Wicked Witch. This one is Glinda turning into the Good Witch.
I think this is definitely more Glinda's movie. And you might disagree, but I think by the end of it, I'm like, okay, Glinda had a much more complete arc in this one than.
It's them two
first
becoming their roles.
part.
'Cause
I agree.
I think that the whole point of this movie is to look behind more of the deeper aspects of certain characters
For sure.
of the Wizard of Oz, and I feel like there's still some things behind the curtain that were left behind the curtain that could have been unpacked just a little bit more.
Fair.
Like maybe just like a little bit more of the wizard, maybe just a little bit more. I guess you can't do a whole lot more with like the Wizard of Oz characters without just straight up showing them.
Yeah.
But
Fair.
there's some things that you can do, like maybe just have like a scene of you have those main four walking down the road, and like you don't show the lion or Dorothy, and just have Bach and Fiyero talking. It's about
valid.
about anything, just to give a little bit more into how that dynamic works.
And I wouldn't be mad at that. Like I said, like I can definitely see them, because Universal does put out a lot of extended editions, that I wouldn't be surprised if there's a cut that's 15, 20 minutes longer, maybe just 5. But I am happy with what we got. But I would not be mad if we got more. Like I'm more Wicked. Like bring it on.
Because like all these issues, it's just nitpicks pretty much. It's like it's
Valid.
not bringing down the movie hard.
Yeah.
It's just these things could have worked a little bit better than
See.
like if I were the director, these are choices that I would probably make.
Yeah.
See, I'm more on the boat of I don't really want to see a whole lot of the Wizard of Oz in this movie, because
I don't either.
it's not that
just,
movie.
there's
happy.
just a couple things.
I'm just saying I'm happy that we didn't see any of that, because this ain't that movie. That's my opinion.
So I don't want that movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. I said I don't need
But
to see.
it's woven in. I feel like they just need a little bit more clarification on how that situation differs from the movie.
That's fair. But it was also like I was having the time of my life in the theater, like placing the events together. Like, oh my gosh, this is happening like side by side with Wizard of Oz, and I was like thinking like, where's Bach right now? Like, where's Tin Man? Oh, he's at this part of the story. I was having a blast putting like, oh my gosh, it was fun. Like, it was good. It was quite good.
Yeah. What else?
What else? I know there's probably
we
more.
could
There's
talk
so
about,
much that happened in this movie.
I mean,
I was like,
one
we
thing-
went over Bach. I was gonna say Fiyero.
Oh,
becoming
real quick.
this-
Yeah.
In Wizard of Oz, the Wicked Witch died, right?
Yes.
There was no like underneath thing.
No,
yeah,
she
you,
did.
So-
you see her melting.
So that surprised me. I thought she was dead. She's not. So then that's when I stopped crying. Like I was obviously bawling before that. But as you count, I'm like, oh no way. But what really made me sad is that now Glinda has to live the rest of her life thinking that Alpha was dead.
Oh, and Fiyero.
And Fiyero. And that hurt. I'm like, oh my gosh, like Glinda, you poor soul. There's no Wizard, there's no Morrible, there's no Elphaba, there's no Fiyero, there's no Bach.
Side note.
Nessa.
Side note.
Yeah,
I saw a set image of Jonathan Bailey wearing like these scarecrow
Yeah.
things, but like it wasn't.
It
done
wasn't
yet.
tight, yep.
So it looked like Michael Myers.
It did. I saw that same picture. It was scary.
It was fun. I just thought it was funny.
No, but we can go into a bit more of the other characters that get turned into the characters we know from the Wizard of Oz. One of them is Fiyero, which
Yep.
we have basically said how many times he becomes Scarecrow, which leads to probably my favorite song of the movie.
Now that you're mine.
No Good Deed.
Oh,
I like
yes.
the chanting,
It's
and I like
so good.
I
That
like
was
how
good, that was
she
good.
is. She is scared, and she's like, and this is when she full on goes like, "Oh, I'm no longer gonna do any good deeds because whenever I do it, it gets turned against me."
Exactly. No good deed goes unpunished. Like no matter what good deed I do, I still get punished for
I
it.
said that's her fully going Wicked Witch, and I think that was cool.
That was honestly on the level of defying gravity to me. Like she was going through it, and like her vote, like when she screams Fiyero, she holds that last note for like 10 seconds. And I'm
I
like,
thought that was Ariana.
no, because she screams Fiyero, and like it holds out because she's screaming for Fiyero.
And
Crazy, like, oh, the growth, like the development is nuts.
yeah, and just like her fully like just because like in the first one, whenever she's doing the spell to like put the spell on the broom and the monkeys
Yep.
to fly, she like never acknowledged that she doesn't know what she's actually reading whenever she's doing
Yes.
these spells. And then in that song, she fully like goes like, I don't even know what
I don't
I'm
know what I'm
reading.
reading.
I think that it's just I think I was like that part was cool, and just the parts with it cuts back to them just beating Fiyero.
Yep.
And
It was intense.
yeah, I was like
PG movie, by the
I
way.
was like Fiyero is was like, I ain't gonna lie, I really like Fiyero in the movies. He's probably one of my
Absolutely.
favorite characters. So just seeing that, it was like that was heartbreaking to watch. It's
Yes,
just
it
him
was.
being beat and then hung up on the
Yep.
thing, and she finally I think she looks out and sees him. He's sitting there.
Yep.
And she doesn't fully know that he's alive yet.
Nope. She doesn't.
So
There was a lot in this movie that I'm like, and with the first one sometimes, but I'm like, how is this PG? Like, the subject matter and the scene with Elphaba and Fiyero, I'm like our audience was like half children. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
like,
there were
okay.
a lot of children in my theater.
yeah.
And like even just the subject, like the story in general is like very mature about. Yeah, I'm like, look, I mean, you do you, PG, great, but
Yeah, so
One more character, Nessa Rose.
Oh.
So
becoming the Wicked Witch
Well-
of the East.
So you two have been constantly bashing her over and over again, before the movie
of course,
came out.
Yep.
And so like the entire movie, I was waiting for her to like do something that's like completely evil, and like what she does is bad, but I don't think.
I just don't like her in the first movie because she's annoying. She's a bad sister to Elphaba. She's incredibly rude to Elphaba.
Literally that.
And I'm like, she's not. In the first movie, she's not evil at all. She's just rude, and she's Elphaba. What are you doing here? Go away! Like shut up. Elphaba's trying to help you. Your dad told Elphaba to help you. Like, relax. You're gonna be fine.
And you're
Like,
not,
Elphaba is doing everything that she can to, and she loves Nessa. Like, she's doing stuff for her, and Nessa is just entitled and rude. And I'm like, shut up.
Yes.
Be appreciative. Like, yeah, she wasn't evil in the
she-
first movie.
and
And I don't know, I didn't know a thing about the second movie before I watched it. Like, I didn't know she was a Wicked Witch of the East. I'm just going off of what she did in the first movie. And the first movie, she wasn't awful, but she was just rude to Elphaba. And I'm like, literally stop. You have no reason to be mean to her. It's none of this is her fault. It was your father's fault. It was the wizard's fault, not hers. She's doing what your father asked. Grow up. Sorry, done.
I don't remember her being that mean to her. I mean,
It's just a little comment. Oh,
I chalk that up to
what are you
like
doing?
her just being the angsty younger sister.
And that's enough.
That
my gosh.
that was babied by her father, and like I was waiting for, I guess, that to be more of a talking point in the movie, and it never happens because she gets a house dropped on her.
True.
But
even
like,
even in the scene where Elphaba shows up to Nessa, Elphaba is nice to her. She's kind. And Nessa is not. She is the entitled governor of Munchkin Land now.
because her reason for being rude to Elphaba is that she wasn't there when their dad died, and they could, I guess, we never get a like heart to heart with Elphaba and Nessa Rose being like, well, Dad never loved me, and so
Yeah.
I have no reason to
Well,
even care, and
very true.
and like she should have saw that, but she was the younger. The younger sibling that was always baby, so I could see
And how she was treating Bach.
how easily.
Oh my gosh.
well,
I'm going to close down no Munchkins are allowed to leave. Are you serious?
they do bring it up actually that father was bad to her. She tells it to Nessa.
When
It's in their little fight before Nessa goes and I think shrinks Bach's heart. She goes, "Father never loved me." And she goes, "That's a wicked thing to say." Yes, he did. He goes, "No, he didn't."
You're talking about Elphaba, right? Elphaba
Yeah,
said that?
Elphaba fully.
She did.
She does.
What a wicked thing to say.
Yeah, she.
yeah, but then she dies before they can even really like unpack that, because
She never-
it's like, this happened, no it didn't, and then it's over.
Nessa wouldn't have allowed it,
No,
though.
Nessa
She's so
kept blaming her.
close-minded. She was so close-minded, she never would have let that happen.
Yeah, and then
My father was perfect.
She's
Elphaba's
like,
a
"Where?"
problem.
And then also, she's like, "Well, where have you been?" And she's like, "I wanted to leave you out of it." And she specifically states earlier in the movie before Elphaba shows up, she goes, "Whatever I do, everyone's gonna consider me just the Wicked Witch's sister." It's like if Elphaba would have
There's no in
showed
between.
up,
There's no, yeah.
it
there's
wouldn't
no-
have helped anymore.
There's no right answer for Nessa. Like, she's always dissatisfied.
Because
And then even when she does give her the slippers, and she's floating in the like she enchants the slippers, and then she proceeds to still yell at Elphaba right afterwards because she's like, "This is your fault."
Yeah.
What's her fault after that?
That everyone hates her, Bach doesn't love her, everything. She still blames her.
Yeah, so they're having this whole talk about their dad, and Bach comes in, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And so that kind of interrupts that conversation, so that there is no opportunity to really unpack that conversation.
She never gives her a chance.
because
Because-
Bach walks in and
No.
Because
and
then she
ruins
starts
the
doing
conversation.
the spell against Bach because
Every
she's
ti-
insane.
And then
Yeah.
oh
But
no
that
no
has
and then
nothing to
she's
do with
like
the
then
father
she's like
conversation.
Nessa.
It doesn't.
But then Nessa's like, save him, and she does save him, and then she's all like, "What did you do?" Yada yada yada, and then Bach shows up, and then she immediately is like, "It was Elphaba's fault. Elphaba killed
Correct.
you."
She is the worst sister in the
She
history
is
of the
terrible.
universe. She's awful.
She's
Nessa Rose
awful.
is terrible. I'm sure the
I'm not
actress.
saying
I'm
that
sure the
that is
actress is.
bad.
I'm sure the
Oh,
actress
I mean,
is the
no,
sweetest
no.
lady ever. But oh my gosh, when that house dropped on her, I could have thrown my popcorn in the air and went, "Woo! Finally!"
Nessa is terrible.
And
I
Elphaba still showed up to
mourn
talk to
her.
her, to mourn her.
Yes.
She still showed up, even though Nessa's been nothing but mean to her. Elphaba still
Which is-
showed up,
I think
and she
there was room in there to reconcile that just unfortunately they never got to have because she got a house dropped.
But Nessa never. I don't
She
think Nessa
never
would
let
have.
her.
Nessa would
every
have.
time she's
I mean,
like,
that-
"Why weren't you here?" She gives her an explanation, and then it's like, "Well, why didn't you do this?" She helps her. Well, that's not good enough. You should do this. She does it.
that kind
That's
of
not
family
good
drama
enough.
cannot
Well, guess
be
what?
solved in one day.
It can't, but Nessa still wouldn't have allowed it.
No.
Because it's not gonna happen one day. It would take time to talk. Of course, she's gonna be stubborn for days and days at a time. But you know, you just got work through those issues. You can't just.
But
solve
Nessa
that
wouldn't have,
immediately.
because you go back to the first movie
You
when
don't know
hold
that.
on. When Elphaba is right here and she's behind Nessa and Greatest Showman lady shows up and she's like
Who?
the
bearded lady from
yes.
The Greatest Showman.
She's talking to Nessa.
I've never seen that movie. I don't know.
Okay.
The one who calls Nessa
lady
tragically
that's
beautiful.
Yeah, and she tries rolling her away, and then Elphaba's trying to stand up for her and be like, "Hey, she doesn't need your help." And then
Nessa goes, "What are you doing, Elphaba? Something so harmless." And she's like,
she's
"Elphaba,
trying to
stop."
explain, and then the lady tries wheeling her away, and Elphaba's like, "Hey, she doesn't need your help," trying to defend her sister for the fact of what
Which
she
movie
wanted.
are we talking about right now?
The
In the first one.
Oh, talk about the second movie.
But I'm saying
But
that
we're
it
going
would
back to
that
she's
reconciliation wouldn't have happened because Nessa is so petty that when Elphaba was trying to defend her in the first movie, she didn't even let her. She didn't even though her father told her to. She didn't care.
It takes wearing down. It doesn't take just one conversation.
No, there were multiple. She's a terrible, terrible sister. Awful. And then Elphaba's trying to say, Glinda, Bach doesn't actually like you. Glinda just told him to. Elphaba, how can you say that? He loves me. Glinda is trying to help me, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you believe what you want to believe, Nessa, but you're wrong, and you're being mean to Elphaba, and you are 100% incorrect.
You deserve that house.
Yes. You are a terrible sister. You are not a good person. You are the Wicked Witch of the East. The end.
I just feel like there's a lot. There was a lot of room to grow in that situation, and
There is, but she wouldn't have.
She wouldn't have. They have
You
shown that
don't
she
know
is
that.
single-minded. They have shown from the first
because
one.
she had a house dropped on her.
No, they have
We've given-
shown from the first one to this one that she is very single-minded to
Yep.
her sister. She doesn't let her ever explain, and every time Elphaba ever actually does anything for her, it's immediately met with,
What are you doing, Elphaba?
"What are you
Stop.
doing, Elphaba?"
I mean, in the first movie, she never even attempts to explain.
Exactly.
No, she-
We've been given zero inclination to believe that Nessa would accept any of this.
No,
that
I'm
she
saying
would ever.
Elphaba never attempts to explain in the
No,
first
she
movie.
does. When the
In the
lady,
first movie?
no, when she goes up to Nessa, when the lady in the first one, we're clarifying this before you get confused again. The lady, again from The Greatest Showman, she is wheeling her away, and like, cause she shows up, she's like, Elphaba, what are you doing here? And she goes, father insisted, and she's like, "Ugh, no, go," and then the lady starts wheeling her away, and then she's like, "No, my sister doesn't need your help." She's defending her sister, and then she fully stops it. The sister's like, "Oh, this is my first chance for a real start, and you just ruined it again,"
I hate that
and
line.
yada yada yada, and then she doesn't even, and then Madame Marble is like, "Oh, I did this," so then everyone believes that Elphaba didn't actually do it.
Yep.
And then later on, when they're all laughing at her, pointing at her, you know what she does? She just sits there and is like, "I can't watch this," to her sister,
Yep.
who has defended her. And then even later on, Elphaba is still being a good sister because the dad, who she can never stand up to and never say no to, is like, I need you to room with Nessa. And she's writing to him and is like, I'm going to leave Nessa alone. I'm going to let her be her own person, which is what Nessa wants. Elphaba has been being a good sister and tries to explain things, but then Nessa doesn't want to listen. And this movie just continues that.
Yep.
Because
Here's the worst.
she shows up. Oh,
I'm
why weren't
saying-
you? No. Shush.
Let me talk, dude.
No, I'm going to finish my point first, and then I'll let you talk.
No.
Nessa.
Say something, dude.
So back to the first one. Back to what we were saying. Nessa's there. Oh, why weren't you here for Father's funeral? Father never loved me. That's a wicked thing to say. Oh, you weren't here. And then she's like, oh, if I were here, I'd make things worse. Which is literally what Nessa was saying earlier in the movie when she's sitting there and she's writing and she's like, if I choose to help the animals, I'm just as bad as my sister. Like, everyone just sees me as the Wicked Witch of the East anyways. And then later on, she gives her the shoes and she's like, there. Because she's like, why have you never helped me with that stupid book? Helps her with the book, still takes it for granted and is like, oh, Bach doesn't love me. Kills Bach, then yells at Elphaba to save him, and then blames Elphaba for saving him.
Elphaba, she
She is terrible!
Let me talk, dude. Let me talk.
Let him go.
Elphaba will attempt to explain something, gets cut off by Nessa Rose,
Yep.
but then never again tries to continue that thought.
It's not worth it.
She just takes it.
Because she knows that she will never get through to her.
Does she know that?
They have showed it in these two movies have showed
But
it!
we have been given zero reason to believe that Nessa would listen to anything she says. She hears and believes what she wants to hear and believe, and that is it. She hears the world of Nessa Rose, and that's it. So Elphaba's like, okay, I'm done. I'm not going to try to explain to you because you clearly don't want to be explained. You don't want to know what I'm saying, what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to explain to you. You're not going to listen. So screw you. I'm going to go deal with my own problems. You did this to Bach. My bad. A house falls on you. I'm sorry. Even though you're a terrible sister, I'm still going to come and warn you because at the end of the day, you are still my sister. You are a flawed human being, a terrible human being, a poor sister. I'm sorry that happened to you when I was a kid. And Elphaba feels blame for it, by the way. She feels blame for what happened to Nessa. She still has that sympathy for her. She tries, and she's like, okay, I have the entire world of Oz against me right now. I can't try to explain this to you because you just don't want to listen because you're being an immature child. I'm sorry. You clearly have your hands full. Good luck, Nessa Rose. Gets a house dropped on her. Karma.
That's not how I saw it at all.
That's fair. It's all subjective.
The way I saw it is that it was a bad relationship between siblings that was rooted in their father's mistakes, and one was blind to the father's mistakes, and just they never had a proper chance to talk it out.
I think they had a chance,
And she
and
just
I'm
kept
sure
cutting her off.
Elphaba tried, and Nessa didn't want to hear it.
My
father is perfect.
I think Elphaba did a poor job of trying.
I would do what she did. I would say, okay, I tried.
I think the issue lies in both of them. I think Elphaba could have done more, and Nessa Rose could have done more to see the issues that lied with their father.
I think Nessa was so clearly in the wrong that the fact that Elphaba tried at all
I'm not
times,
saying she isn't in the wrong.
I'm just
Well,
saying that
I'm
the
just
fact that
saying
Elphaba tried
that
at all, that pretty much negates her from any fault. To me.
That negates Elphaba from any fault?
Yeah.
I think
Because Nessa is clearly doesn't want to hear it. My father is a saint. What happened to me is because of Elphaba. Elphaba does not want what's best for me. Everything that's happening is Elphaba's fault. She did this to Bach. She did this to me. She did this to our father. And I don't want to hear any other. And Elphaba tries, and Nessa goes, no.
Because
I think Nessa is just no different than the rest of Oz. They don't want to hear anything.
Yeah.
Because we hear her say, "Oh, father didn't love me," and then she says that's a wicked thing to say.
Yeah,
but
she says
she knows but then Elphaba never fires back with, "Oh, why did father never love me?"
No, there's more in between. I don't remember exactly what it is, but they do talk more before they get cut off. Elphaba says more. And then when she finishes her sentence, then Bach bursts
I
in.
wouldn't try to explain how it's Elphaba either. It was so obvious the father didn't love her. Elphaba doesn't have to justify herself. It was obvious. Father hated her for what she did to Nessa Rose and what she did to the mother. It wasn't Elphaba's fault, but he clearly loathed her for that. And Elphaba doesn't have to justify or
Loathing.
explain it for anyone.
What'd you say?
Loathing. Unadulterated loathing.
Okay.
That was
Continue what you were saying.
But that was it. Like, it's so obvious what Elphaba's feeling. And the fact that she tries it all, and Nessa just... Okay, whatever. You think father loved me? Sure, believe what you want. I'm done. He might have loved you. Our mother passed away because of me. You're the way you are because of me. If you think father loved me, which he clearly didn't, Dulcibert loved her more than her father on any day. That's on Nessa. It's so easy to see. And she didn't want to see it. And by the end, she was the Wicked Witch of the East. And she embraced it, and she got karma.
Just Glinda's comment. Accidents happen, house falls on people.
I guess I was just waiting for her to become like an actual Wicked Witch of the East, and that never happens. She's just
That's fair.
she's still just a person.
she just holds the Munchkins hostage,
She's not a witch though.
Like, just like get dressed up in the getup and stuff.
That's just Hitler. That's not.
That's real.
That's not a witch.
That's real.
Well, she does cast a spell that kills a Munchkin.
That's
yeah,
true.
but it goes wrong because she doesn't have any power.
Yeah.
I mean, real power.
Well, she technically does. She
Well-
could read the Grimoire.
Because
Well,
like,
she doesn't necessarily read it right.
like,
No, you're not wrong.
I'm because like I knew beforehand that she would be the Wicked Witch of the East, just because they're referred to as sisters in every medium.
Yep.
So I was like, okay, well, if the witch of the East is her sister, then is she going to become a witch? Because like I thought, if the wizard has no true power, then does the magic come from the mom's side, and does Nessa Rose have some ability? That wasn't the case. So just that was my working theory before it came out. But no, she's they just call her the Wicked Witch because they don't like her. That is not.
Yep.
It's not anything to do with magic.
Correct.
I don't know, I was just I was waiting for something worse than it was.
Than just, Auslandian Hitler.
It's not even nearly as bad as that.
That's real.
It was just you need a permit to leave.
Yeah, you need
Also-
to leave.
There is a right answer to this, but I want to hear you guys' interpretation. At the end, when the Grimoire opens for Glinda, does it open because Glinda finally is a good witch and she rose to that occasion, or did Elphaba open it for her?
I think it's because she... my opinion, I literally walked out of the movie and told this
There
to
is an
my
answer.
sisters.
There is a lore answer.
I told
as to
my
what happens.
sister and my girlfriend this. I was like, I fully believe that it opened because Glinda finally has good intentions with what she wants to do with it.
That is a correct answer.
Oh, let's
She
go!
does have magic by the end of Wicked for good, and I think that's so cool. Like
'Cause
she
I was-
finally.
That's how I read.
Yeah,
Me too.
Because
There were some people that are like, it's very obvious that Elphaba opened it for her, and that's why she's smiling. And everyone's like, she's smiling because she sees that Elphaba finally did it. Like, she rose to what Elphaba always knew that she could.
Yeah.
And she does have pure intentions now. It's not
Yeah.
all about me, popular. It's so cool. And I think, honestly, they could make a third one where it's... I'd be cool.
Aftermath.
I'd be cool with that. Yeah, like she's an actual good witch now, and she has powers, and she's learning the Grimoire. I think that's awesome.
She
Very
actually
cool
enchants a bubble.
Yeah, she's on a machine.
Yeah, I don't think this one needs another movie.
No, I would be cool if it did. This isn't like a weapon scenario where I'm like, we do not need more. But I think I wouldn't be mad.
I'd watch films of like the other like official books before.
Fair, like
Before
more
this.
Tales of Oz. I think that'd be so cool. There's so much, especially now with like the technology, they could do so much with this. I hope they do.
Yeah.
I feel like they will.
Do I have anything else in my notes?
Did we? Oh, I'm just gonna bring something up because my girlfriend's never seen Wizard of Oz, so I showed it to her last night.
Oh, good.
So we were watching, and just the part with Scarecrow where she's like, "Oh, I do have a witch after me." He goes, "Witch? I ain't scared of no witch." Just in my head, I was thinking Fiero saying that.
Yep, it does.
He's like,
It does.
"That's
change.
that's my girlfriend right there."
It changes a lot of, yeah.
No. Also, apparently in the book, the second book, because there's a second book to Wicked. I did hear about this on TikTok. That Fiyero and which I'm pretty sure in the book Fiyero is not the Scarecrow. He actually just up and dies.
Oh, really?
But Fiyero and Elphaba have a kid from that one night that they spent together. So
Oh, wow.
I was like, in my head, I was like, she probably has a kid right now.
So he doesn't. Interesting. He doesn't turn into the Scarecrow.
No, a lot
Bach
of these,
still turns into the Tin Woodsman.
I only saw that one TikTok. I need to look more into it. I will never read the book because I heard there's a lot more
Yeah.
adult stuff in that book.
Yeah, valid.
Because I know in the like official book, the children's book, The Wizard of Oz, like
Yeah.
Bach is in that book. He's not the character from Wicked. He's just he's a munchkin that they find along their path that just
Oh.
lets them stay in his cottage for a night,
Really?
and that's it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, back to Bach with the other character. Because I don't think we went over this with Bach. Bach being the Tin Man, the Hunt of the Witch, or the
Yeah, the
one
something,
part.
Yeah.
The one part that we were talking about earlier with the spoiler free stuff about he has a part in the
Yep.
in one of the songs where he does a whole part where he's like, "Oh, I'm glad that I'm heartless because I'll be heartless killing her." The way he delivers that line with so much hatred,
Yeah.
He
then
transformed. Like, he
his-
brought it.
and his like the way his face, like when he looks up at Glinda and just the hatred,
And she's
and
looking
then
down at
he
him.
looks
Oh,
away because he's
man.
like because he doesn't want her to know it's him.
Such a good parallel. Yeah, she has no idea.
Yeah.
She looks down at him and he's looking up at her. Oh my gosh. Crazy framing. The whole everything was just so well shot. Like, goodness.
Dr. Dilliman, he gets freed.
He does.
I
goes
could,
back
I
to
could
teaching.
use a little bit more resolution with him because like, oh, he's free, and then they never see.
They
him
probably
again.
don't want to pay Peter Dinklage. They're like, we'll just have him
Probably.
Probably.
No, Peter.
I would have
Dinklage-
appreciated
Peter,
that too.
Peter Dinklage did the Ba.
They paid him $10 million for that. I would have liked a little, like, you saved me. Like, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. No, and just like when Glinda talks to the main flying monkey and he finally says something to her.
Chistry?
Yeah, Chistry.
Yeah. That was
Oh,
sweet.
the flying monkeys are vastly different
Way,
than like the original.
way different.
Because like in that book there's like some like legend of because like the Wicked Witch only has 3 uses of the flying monkeys because like they have like this curse or whatever where you have to you have to own this cap that you put on your head and then say magic words and then they'll do whatever you want but you get 3 uses of it.
No way.
Because then the witch uses, I think, her last use of it.
In the OG book?
Yeah, like
Really?
on getting Dorothy and killing the other killing the Tin
Yeah.
Woodsman and the Scarecrow. And then Dorothy gets it, and then she uses that to go from like the castle back to Oz.
No way. Interesting. Yeah, they're
I think
pretty much just an
that-
army in
that's
this
how
one.
it is.
Yeah, they're just an army.
And she uses them to bring back the Scarecrow and the Tin Woodsman.
Gotcha. Something else that I didn't believe that the wizard didn't know that Elphaba was his kid. Like, cause does he not remember that? Like
Well-
with the the green that one night with the green stuff.
I don't think he
Like-
knew that it was gonna turn her green, or that even that was the reason why she's green.
And he's probably had so many women that
Yeah.
he
Oh.
probably wouldn't even.
Yeah.
So Elphaba was like,
Yeah,
like
that's
an anomaly.
And that was the main reason why Elphaba had more power than anyone else, is because she's a child of 2 worlds. So he probably never really checked in on that.
Okay, that's fair.
It's probably likely that he has more kids that just don't have power.
Yeah.
Also,
For sure. Yeah.
or just don't know how to use it.
Because I went in like at the first movie when he's like, Elphaba, it's almost like I know you. And I was like, I thought he did, and like he was just trying to like egg her on a little bit and be like, "Hey, I'm your dad."
Does she find out? I don't think she did.
No.
No,
Yeah.
she never does.
I just
But I was
find,
like,
I just find it funny how the movie like reveals it, and like it cuts back to that night and it shows his face as if we didn't
That was a
all hear.
little wonky.
As we as
I
if
was
we as if in the first one we didn't like hear the specific
obviously
voice
Jeff Goldblum.
of Jeff
Yeah.
Goldblum in that song.
I thought we hit like a era of like good de-aging for a while, and then kind of just in recent times.
And it was a split second. I'm like, how
Yeah.
did you not? They could have just not even showed his face. Like,
Yeah,
why did you have to? It went over and it just like neck down. Oh, perfect. Then it went up. I'm like, oh,
Well, 'cause I feel,
no.
I feel like that wasn't even Jeff Goldblum like in the scene, and like they just put his face over somebody. It was like just
It was. I saw behind the scenes thing. It was a stand-in. It was a different person. They just put Jeff Goldblum's
just,
face on him.
it would look a lot better if they just used
Yeah,
him
just
and then
de-age Jeff Goldblum.
de-aged him.
Yeah, I thought that was really weird. I'm like, oh,
But
okay.
it didn't bring anything down for me. It was just
It's like we obviously know it's him. Like you don't have to show it.
yeah.
That was so.
I mean,
silly.
it's spoiled in the credits of the song.
So
from the first
true.
movie, so.
Yeah, in the Spotify.
Yeah,
Like
Jeff
No
Goldblum.
Words of Wicked. It's like Ariana Grande. Blah blah blah. Jeff Goldblum.
He's not in this one.
Yeah, what are you doing? He's on this song.
I didn't know he sang that song.
His voice can get really high. That's actually Jeff Goldblum.
That's Jeff Goldblum. Ariana never
I
sang
believe it.
any of these songs. Jeff Goldblum also sang Popular.
He would volunteer to do that.
I guess where are we at time?
Hour 24. You
Oh,
had got
wow.
a 10-minute intro, so an hour and 10.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That flew. It's 8:10.
Yelling.
Wow, that's way longer than I thought it was.
Do we have more we want to hit on?
Oh, I guess I was gonna go back to when I was talking about how you can kind of pick up on some characters throughout in the first one.
Yeah.
Fierro, in the song "Dance Through Life," life is fraughtless when you're thoughtless.
Yeah, he has that brain.
He has, and then they say, "Oh, he's been thinking a lot," and they just keep. And then when he walks in first, he drags his feet
Yep.
like the scarecrow. So, those are fun little. I just. Oh, and then another thing, they announced their wedding at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Glinda and Fierro's, and just she's like, "Oh, aren't we happy?" And he goes, "We're getting married."
We're
Like he
engaged?
has
What?
no clue. Like he wants to go to Elphaba.
Yep.
And some people are bringing up like, "Oh, Elphaba stole him from Glinda." I'm like, he never belonged to Glinda, man.
Man, it wasn't Elphaba's fault. Like,
So
Figaro
he met
made his
he
choice.
met Elphaba first.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
He hit on her first,
Yeah.
and then he was like, "Oh, you got turned down." Huh. I guess first thing.
He
I guess
did meet
things happen.
Glinda. He did meet Elphaba first.
No, and no, but it's just that whole scene where she's talking like, "Oh, you're supposed to resist this." He's like, "Well, you can't resist this." He's like,
Yeah.
"We know who can, and she has, and we need to go find her before they do." And just that whole part with him, and then I'm going more on Fierro at this point because we kind of skipped because I think we started yelling about Nessa.
Probably. Probably.
Fierro, like we were talking about complexity in the spoiler free,
Yep.
which is he's one of my favorites in this movie too.
Yeah.
It's just like his facial expressions with some things, because like the way that Elphaba's thinking that he fully believes that she is evil, and then then he like catches her with the wizard, and he turns the gun on him, and he's like,
Yes.
"Get in the cage."
He was very different from part one. Like, he was... Which it makes sense. It's a time jump. But, like, he was not messing around. He was not messing
It was
around.
12 years, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
He was not messing around.
he's
Which
trying-
helps a lot better because they actually look the age they're supposed to be.
Very true.
Because-
It was not 12 years. There's no,
No,
way.
but I don't.
They say 12 years. Or they say 12 something because it wasn't
Okay.
because they used like a different like measurement.
So they
of
didn't
time.
finish the Brick Road in 12 years?
But it.
Gotcha.
I mean that'd be I think reasonable because how many branches the
It's true,
the
12
road- the road
years?
has.
You can enslave whoever you want to do it.
Kind of just
So,
the
like,
way
I
Jonathan
think it's
Bailey's
definitely a
face-
lengthy time jump.
his facial
Yeah, it is.
expressions in those two scenes, like especially the one with like Glinda where he has the gun pointed at her and she walks up to it. And it's just he's shaking, he drops it. I was
There
like,
were a lot of, like, really...
and then they
yeah.
proceed to just beat the crap out of him. And very sad.
I think everyone's acting was already so good in the first, and it was just leveled up here.
Yeah.
Because of, like, the source material and just how sad it all is. Like, Ariana Grande and Elphaba, like, shattered my heart, like, for good. And then at the end, I'm like, you guys are powerhouse performers.
How do we think this is gonna do it with awards?
I think like makeup. I think like just Bach alone. I think
'Cause
could take
oh,
more. than-
easy.
What did it win last year? Costume.
It won costume design. I think it won set design.
And it's not going to win music because it's not original.
There are original songs are definitely going to nominate. The Girl in the Bubble is original.
It is.
Yep, that was the one original song they wrote. For
They
this movie.
wrote that for this because they got
And it was good.
'cause
I
last
thought they'll
year-
definitely submit it. I think. I don't.
Because
I think if Part 1 could get nominated for Best Picture, I definitely think this one can. I don't know if they would do that 2 years in a row because the Academy is very snobby with doing like 2 fantasies in a year or like 2 sci-fi like back to back. But also, it didn't win any of those big categories. So,
it's like last year, Ariana got nominated for Best Supporting Actress.
and Cynthia Erivo got nominated too, didn't she?
Did she get nominated for?
I
I
for
think they both
leading?
did. Because I think Cynthia was leading.
I think she would.
Because Cynthia was leading in that one, then Ariana supporting, and this one is flipped. They're gonna do. Or Ariana was leading, and Cynthia was supporting.
I feel like they would still bill it as Ariana supporting and Cynthia as leading.
I kind of disagree with that. I think this was more Glinda's film.
I think the intent is still Cynthia as the lead.
That's fair.
It's Wicked.
Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, I think set design,
The plot revolves
costumes,
around
and makeup is. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's a shoo-in, but that was all practical. That's
Yeah.
insane. Musical score that got nominated last year. I think it can definitely win. John Powell did all the background orchestrations, which were really good. Original song.
the ones that they won last year should
Carryover.
carry over.
Yep.
I guess if they're not scared of repeating,
Yeah.
and because the Academy is weird like that.
Is there the only I'm gonna go on because the only thing that would even because I think the only other musical this year that would even the movies would be fighting would be probably like Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah, that's true.
Those- I'm bringing it up because people generally
feel like-
love it. Nick, stop
I
laughing
feel
at
like
me.
Golden's gonna win.
Because it was a phenomenon. That movie came out of nowhere.
I do have a big problem though with Netflix. Like, they make a streaming movie and they put it in like 5 theaters until that makes it eligible. I'm like, come on.
Well,
like, no one watched that. And I don't love that at all. Like, that is really. Don't love that. I don't like how.
Well, here's
that
the
was
saddest
not-
part.
Streaming movies aren't eligible for the Oscars.
No, they have to have a limited theatrical run.
I feel like that's kind of stupid.
I do not.
They're movies.
They are movies.
They are, but
Here's the
I
crazy
think
thing.
if it can't
what's
get
the difference between a movie that's shown in theaters and a movie that comes out in streaming?
well, nothing. But I'm saying
Yeah.
experiencing
It's-
a movie
it's-
in a theater is
In
how
my
you're
opinion,
supposed to experience.
that was a very high
but
quality
that
movie.
has
It has
nothing to do
every
with the
right
quality
to
of the-
still
of the
be.
movie.
Huh?
That has nothing to do with the quality of the movie.
I agree, but I also just don't love that if you're gonna put it in theaters, put it in theaters. Don't put it in L.A. and New York and say, "All right, it was in theaters." It's
Well,
eligible."
it was
Why
actually.
should a good movie not get an Oscar nomination purely because it's a streaming movie?
because it's like they're doing it on
uh,
technicality.
Well,
and I
here's the
don't like
thing.
that.
It went to the
I
golden
think they
ticket.
should have
What's a technicality?
Huh?
What
that it was in 2 theaters or like 5 theaters.
No,
or
it,
whatever.
no, it was
okay.
all over the cut. They put it in golden
But,
ticket.
no, but like we're saying
It did show for like 2 weeks straight at golden ticket.
I never saw that.
So you're saying it
Just 'cause I didn't see it.
If Dune 2 was only ever out on streaming, it wouldn't deserve any Oscars.
I'm not saying it wouldn't deserve it. I'm just saying it would be eligible.
But
But you're
okay,
right.
but we're saying it's not about the eligibility. All I'm saying is that you think that if Dune 2 only ever came out on streaming, it wouldn't deserve any awards.
I'm not saying it wouldn't deserve it. I'm just saying it would be eligible.
We're not talking about the eligibility.
I know. I'm not saying it's not deserving.
Forget that rule for the Oscars. If that rule wasn't like an active thing, you're saying it shouldn't get it. Should get those awards.
I'm not saying it should get it.
It's a streaming movie.
I'm just saying I wish I could have seen K-pop in a theater. I didn't know it was in our theater. Maybe because lack of advertising, lack of whatever.
I knew that.
It was all over. It was all over that they were putting in theaters. It was
Well,
like a
very
big
okay,
thing.
clearly
so-
I didn't see that.
So
Well,
that-
you would have
so-
went and watched it with me anyways. None of you did. I kept asking.
That's real.
So then you're saying that K-pop should get awards if it deserves it.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
Whether or not streaming movies.
I know, but
should
like we're
get
dragging
awards.
this out. Sure, it deserves awards. Okay, great.
Okay. Back to I was gonna say something.
I don't know.
The crazy.
I can't believe we're still talking
Okay,
about this.
the
I made
cra-
one comment.
No, the
Dear Neptune.
What I was gonna bring up, the crazy thing is about that is that originally Sony made the movie, didn't think it was gonna do well, and they plopped it on Netflix
I believe it.
because
Sony's
they
like a powerhouse.
because it was a original idea movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's like, oh, we're gonna throw this K-pop movie about demon hunters into theaters, animated movie randomly on like a, what was it, June-ish?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I've never seen.
I remember just seeing it on TikTok and going, what is this about? And I watched it. And I was like, oh, this is actually pretty good. But whatever they dropped it, they were just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna put this on Netflix. And then just all of a sudden, I don't think it would have done as well if it went to theaters. I think streaming services what made it a phenomenon. Because everyone was like, what is this movie? And then everyone has the streaming service. They're like, oh, let's watch it.
Fair.
So,
All I know is I can't wait for December whenever we do our award show because I'm very curious to see like how the different categories play out.
Me too.
'Cause
That's next month.
Yeah, because like
Insane.
I have an idea of like how mine's gonna play out, but like what you guys think of like certain things like best movie, best actress, best actor. So
I need to look.
Curious.
I need to look back on the year.
Me
for,
too.
Like,
I feel like I've seen a
best
lot
movie.
less movies
Let's-
this year than last year.
Let's not discuss that right now. 'Cause
Yeah.
we gotta save that.
Yeah,
That's real.
But what was I on about before we got on that whole conversation?
It was something with Wicked still, but what was it?
I thought it was something about K-pop demon hunters.
Well,
Before
because
that.
we were talking about awards and then we got to like
Oh.
music awards.
Oh, that's
Girl, we talked about Girl and Bubble.
I definitely don't think it'll get nominated for Best Picture.
I said something about Fierro. I don't know. It's just gonna. My
mystery.
thought will never be finished.
because like the way our awards I think will differ because like the movies that are going to get nominated for Oscars, I doubt that we will have seen quite a few of them.
Well,
Oh, definitely not.
Or you probably will. 'Cause,
You
like,
think?
well, didn't you watch all of them last year?
Like the week leading up. Not as they came out.
But are you gonna watch them?
Probably all some of them.
Because
I didn't watch Substance because it looked nasty, and I'm glad I didn't watch
It's
it.
like we probably won't. Because we'll stick with the
That's fair.
movies that we watch that we care about.
oh, I'm gonna get.
I will.
Nick will probably watch him because he's more similar to Justin.
My man.
But
I will get you all to watch K-pop. I swear I will.
I do plan on watching that.
Me too. Eventually.
Because I know that will be a big talking point during
Before the end
awards,
of my
probably.
days, I will watch K-pop Demon Hunters.
And you all are gonna be. You guys are gonna get through with that movie. You're gonna be like, "What are you on
Just gonna give it a
about?"
star and a half.
But yeah,
What was this?
I guess like if we get to like Oscar awards season or I guess that's in like February, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that'd be like
I don't know.
that'd be like way after our award show.
Very true.
So I guess that wouldn't matter. But like if there's something that I think looks interesting, I might.
Yeah,
tune
for
into
sure.
it, but I don't know.
Cool.
This has been a blast.
This is a
We
good episode.
we yelled at
This
Jay.
one's a good episode.
I'm sorry for yelling at you.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I love you, buddy.
You know,
Just like
Nick dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
Because this was supposed to be. I can't talk, as you all can tell from every episode. But this was supposed to be the one where Nick gets yelled at.
Yeah.
I have.
I'm not yelling, I'm not even
I will. When we talk, I am
to
going
the
to. I will come back for the. I will come out from behind that camera for whenever we talk about it finale, and I have some points to talk to you about, and I'm going to yell at you.
Okay.
I know Nick can't hear us right now, but his movie taste is just so odd.
They're terrible.
I know.
Just wait till you hear what he said.
Really?
Yeah.
I
About
had
what?
the most minor complaint about an episode of It Welcome to Derry, and they lost
It was
it.
such a
Really?
stupid point.
The worst point of all time.
Utterly ballistic.
No. It's
I mean,
stupid.
that's
I'm
even
not
like-
caught up on the show, by the way.
You're
it's not even
stupid.
Like, it's not even like
We can't
he-
spoil it because
I know.
he hasn't seen it.
It's for
You
later.
want me to leave? You want me to come in here?
Much,
No, because you'll hear
much
it.
worse things.
I don't care.
Say about that
I don't care.
episode.
Hey, sit down.
We're not getting
No,
into
we're
it
not.
right
We're
now.
not getting into it.
No.
Sit down.
The episode's too long, Justin.
It's too
Get
long.
back over here.
No,
Sit down. Go.
no.
Yell at him.
I'll do it on the season finale.
You'll have this pent up rage.
Oh, I will.
Oh, we will.
Oh, I've had it. I've had this for
Yeah.
weeks because it was episode 3.
Justin, get back over here
I don't believe you.
so we can wrap up.
Okay, well,
Because this is building the hype for the episode.
yeah, it's 8 o'clock. The
Whatever.
episode is live.
Whatever.
Yeah. All right. So, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe. I'm glad that wasn't on camera. Make sure to like, subscribe. If you made it to the end, comment.
Nessa Rose deserved it. Comment.
Sure.
Nessa Rose deserved it.
Sure, comment that. Make sure to follow us on all the socials that are
Letterbox,
are
please.
down below. And we'll see you guys next time. See ya.
Peace.